We're now rounding up more interviews of our wonderful World War II veterans. I have with me here Gene Hayden. And Gene, for our audiences, what feelings are you feeling today with the dedication of this wonderful memorial?
Well, I think it's great to be recognized, not just me, but the entire World War II citizenship, because it wasn't just the people in uniform, it was everybody, including the kids, that did their thing too.
Are there memories that come back the day that you were asked to get involved, and what was your thoughts that day?
Oh, I was ready to go when I was called, and I wound up in the medical department and went overseas on the Queen Elizabeth and came back home on the Queen Mary.
So we were talking to Gene here a little bit about what they retrofitted the Queen Mary. It wasn't quite the cruise ship that we know for the Queen Mary services. Tell us about that ship and that trip.
Well, originally the Queen Elizabeth and Queen Mary were luxury liners, cruise ships owned by the British, and they were employed in the service by the British at the beginning of the war, carrying only about 1,000 or 2,000 troops, and the U.S. could see their potential, and they convinced Britain to have them retrofitted as troop ships. And so Britain sent them to Australia, and they took off the fine furnishings and doors and replaced them with bunks from the floor to the ceiling so that they could carry 15,000 troops. And so they're credited with shortening the war by about 3 years because of the speed they could get the troops overseas. So I was fortunate enough to go over on the Queen Elizabeth, and we zigzagged to avoid submarines, but these ships were the fastest ships on the sea, on the ocean, and so they were not escorted by anything. They were all alone. And so we landed in Glasgow, Scotland, and then from there we went on a troop train to England, and from there we were assigned. I was assigned to a hospital unit in England, and so I was one of the lucky ones. I saw a lot of results of war, but fortunately I didn't have to get in a foxhole.
What did you lean on to see those wounded when you were giving medical service? What inspired you to do that?
Well, nothing inspired me. That's where they put me. I went through basic training and training at Camp Wheeler, Georgia, and then finally down in New Orleans staging area, and then to Camp Kilmer, New Jersey, and I was just trained as a medic, and I didn't choose, or I could have been anywhere, but that's where they put me. So I just did what I was told.
Just your duty to service.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone who you want to thank for supporting you being here today?
Pardon me?
Anyone who you'd want to say thank you to getting you here today, or family or friends who you'd like to mention that are in your heart today?
Well, the one you just interviewed, Golda Fabian, is the reason I'm here, I guess, because she knew all about it. And so we went to school together 70 years ago and graduated from Nestucca Union High School in Cloverdale, Oregon.
Wow.
And yeah, that's about all.
Well, we thank you for your service, Gene, and wish you the best. And you're in our hearts today.
Thank you.